Today we'll start fixing the Pruinosus bins. Hello creature lovers and welcome to the universe. My name is Martin from Creepy Creatures Universe, and if you like invertebrate content, doesn't matter whichever invertebrates, we probably got them and probably make content out of them, you should hit that subscribe button to never miss anything out. And yes, of course, my voice isn't there already or isn't already completely recovered, but I think we will manage that. And today we are fixing the Pruinosus bins. The ones from you who are watching constantly know that those bins are overrun and overfilled with substrate. And since we want to go into bioactive with them and use them as our go-to bioactive species, we decided to make an upgrade. This is a 740 liter bin with 4 vents on each side. And we're trying to do things a bit different today. This will be a rehouse, but a different rehouse. And we start with the most obvious thing, substrate. As always, this is a mixture of leaf litter, white rotten wood, a bit of compost, and calcium. Oh, and leaf hammers, of course. We just want to do a little bit inside, because I don't know how much substrate we can use from the other bins. We evened it out and give it a quick spray. We don't want to have too much moisture inside. We already know that isn't the best thing in this room, but we have to give it a little spray because it's bone dry. And the next thing is, we already working with the Pruinosus. I have here one bin for the excess substrate, or for the substrate we need to wait the small ones to grow out. I have one bin where I can put the Isopods in while rehousing, because I don't want to put everything inside here and then fill it up with substrate. I think this wouldn't be the best way. But the first thing, I hope this works out as planned. Bins are heavy. Okay, I have no chance to get moss out of there or out of there. Okay, that plan is gone. I wanted to take the moss out of each bin in a hole, but you can't see the moss anymore, so there is nothing to take out anymore. We will use sphagnum. This should be responsible harvested. I tried to buy it responsible harvested, but you know, it's never guaranteed. Can I have the spray bottle once more, please? Give it another spray, just to make it ready for the squish bottle. The moss absorbs the moisture much better when it's a little bit pre-moistured or pre-soaked. And I think that's enough. We want to stay with that. Yeah. This looks good. There will be more moisture in because of the number of animals, I think. Now we put the lid on here and we're trying to get as much pots as possible out of here. We have a piece of bark inside, but okay, I think we get 4 to 5 isopods with this technique. And I don't like the falling down part as well. Okay, we will put that in here. And now I will scoop out as much as possible with my hands again. I think that doesn't work that bad. And the upper layer of the substrate should be pretty good substrate, because we're always filling it up. So I'm trying to get out some of the pots as gentle as possible with my hands. And as you can see, this works pretty well. I know this will just be a small amount of them, but yeah,
There are more.
of course there are more. So now we need to tap it a bit. I mean, we will put the cork bark inside the new enclosure anyways, but I don't want to have all the pots over there in this bin where the used substrate should be landing in. So how do I do this the best way without hurting anybody? Haven't thought about that. Okay. This also isn't usable. Okay, as you can see, we're doing it live. There are already some problems with my method. But now we're going on a bit. As you can see, it works. Oh, hitchhiker. Not really, but different color, and if I can separate, I will separate. Sorry, was a little bit harsh. I think this with the hands will be the best method. We always have a good amount of pots. And it works pretty well. We will use the sieve a little bit later, and I'm really curious how that will work out. Can I get you over there as well, of course? No, not really.
They are hiding everywhere.
I don't want to tap it too much. I mean, it's obvious where they are inside. It's here. You can see inside there are a lot of pots. And I put that... Wait, I have a pretty good idea. Will you open the box underneath, please? Okay.
Okay.
We can close this again. Thank you. And we managed it. At least this works. So now let's try the sieve. I'm so curious if this works. We'll close the gap here. I would say this is... Yeah, I knew this would happen. But we have the good substrate. At least most of the good substrate when there is no clumping. And the pots inside here. So I would say...
Oh, wow.
This is pretty okay.
You see the minis? Oh.
Yeah, this will happen with any of the bins. This will be pretty much full. Yeah, as I thought, it's not the perfect way. And when you can see there is, as you can see, there is a lot of dirt inside here that should go out normally, but that's not the right hole dimension with the sieve. But I think it works pretty well. As you can see, the dust, the frass is coming off mostly, and you always should leave a little bit of frass inside when you're changing substrate for the small pots. I know the fabric is not the best solution, but it is a solution, and in reality it goes pretty fast. As you can see, most of the dirt is coming off. Yeah, and what can I tell you? We will do this with all 3 boxes now. I think I don't need to show you the whole process. We will do a little bit of a time lapse now. And for the next steps, we will be back again. In reality, I'm pretty curious. Come here, look what's the outcome. Look what's the outcome. this is the outcome from the sieving. And as you can see, all the big pots are in here. All the big substrate pieces, which means leaf litter, white rotten wood and such things. All the usable things for our pots. And here, as you can see, are a million of small pots. And the frass. So we decided to go down to the living room. This is definitely a work you can do next to watching TV. And that's what will happen now, because standing here and going through 3 boxes isn't ideal. What I want to show you is how we are gonna do it next, because I think that's an important step, and as you know, I tend to forget about things. So I will show you this now. We have here our piece of bark that is now gone a bit. And now we will fill up the second layer with this used substrate. We evened it out all the time. And as you can see, this is all good substrate. The small frass parts here are only from the piece of wood when I was clapping to the wood or slapping the wood to get the pots out of it. And this is the go-to version. For the next bin, I will clean the wood inside the bin because the sieving works so well, and we will now fill it up with the good substrate from those 3 bins. And then if we need leaf litter, we will use leaf litter. And as you can see, this is moist substrate, so it was a pretty good decision to let that stay dry. Yeah, we are going through all these 3 bins, and then we will show you the outcome and what we will do to make it more comfortable. Yeah, so let's do the sieving. See you later. And this is the second 8 liter bin full of substrate. We're getting it pretty good full. Also evening out that. And the cool thing is, we don't need to do anything now in this bin for a pretty long time. And after this is done, the only thing left to do is sift through it again. This works pretty well. So there will be a little bit more of selecting or a little bit more of sieving, just a bit. There is still a bit space in here. We're nearly through every bin. And as you can see, this substrate that is sieved out is pure substrate. So there is no frass inside, or I think about 5% or something. And this is the good stuff you want to keep, because this is already pre-rotten and this boosts up your breeding as well. So yeah, I wanted to make another thing. We just have a little bit to sieve out. Just those are now, I would say, 90% of all three bins. And yes, of course, I changed t-shirt. In this heat, there is no way you can wear a polo shirt the whole day sitting around. And this took about 1.5 hours or 2 hours. The conclusion of this is, I never thought that sieving through the substrate will go this fast, and I never thought we will get the right size of holes with the first attempt. What you saw in the beginning when I showed you the frass, nothing changed to that. This is the outcome. We only have all the small pots inside, and now we wait 3 to 4 weeks. Then we can sift through it again. Of course, we will add some leaf litter so they have food, but we will sift through that again, put it right in here, and that's done. This method will work for nearly all Porcellios. I wouldn't do it with things like Bolivari or the pancake things or the giant things, but I think with Levi's, Derricas, Ornatus, and all these kinds, there should be absolutely no problem. I also think it works really well for Armadillidium. when your box isn't crashed, because you don't want the substrate inside in this case. But there the box trap really works really well. Oh my god, it's hot. And with some pictures of this going bioactive or cleanup crew picture with a really big box. Is it high enough? It is high enough. We can stop the layer adding. We just sieve through it. That's a pretty cool thing. So we will change a lot of things here with this finding out that this works. And besides that, nothing more to say besides there is still a lot of work to do. And of course we need vents again to do. We have 2 more bins, but we need vents. And so nothing more to say besides wish you all the best, have great 3 days, and see you in the universe, hopefully with my voice back to 100%. Bye bye.